Yo, Joe. Talking comics, here's your host. It's A Real American Brian.
And we're back, ready to dive into more G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. This time we have issue 5. On the cover, we see the Mobat coming out of a pond, chasing off the Cobra Troopers. Art on this issue is done by Don Perlin and Mike Esposito. Tanks for the Memories. The Joes are washing up the new Mobat, getting it ready for the Armed Forces Day Parade. The story in this one is by Larry Hama, and the interior pencils are Don Perlin. The Joes begin going through all the Mobat's capabilities and describing its systems to Scarlet. Powered by 2 gas turbines, onboard computer with target acquisition and tracking systems. All hatches have waterproof seals, all systems can run completely submerged for up to an hour, and a microphone amplified to external speakers. From the outside is an ordinary tank, but it has all the bells and whistles that G.I. Joes may need. We learn that General Flagg has ordered the Mobat in the parade to prove that no one could tell the difference between it and a normal tank. Flagg is sending a memo to General Austin to be hand-delivered by a courier. At the airport, as the courier passes through security and goes through the x-ray machine, the x-ray film is passed between several different people. We see the x-ray film continue its journey until it arrives at Cobra Command. They now know that the Mobat will be in the parade. And Cobra Commander here, using Joes as target practice, gets the message and declares that Cobra will be attending this parade as well. General Flagg patiently waiting for the Mobat to come through the parade, along with a lot of the other top brass. It's scheduled to be just behind the Springfield Drum and Bugle Corps, which we see pulling up now. The Joes mention that they aren't carrying any live ammunition and ask what Steeler is zeroing in on. He's checking out the rear of the Springfield majorettes, of course. As the parade is held up for cross traffic to get through, the Springfield marching band springs into action. They roll out big banners on each side of the Mobat as the onlookers get ready for the disappearing trick. Behind the Mobat, the Navy float doors open up, and the plan is to get the Mobat inside the float. But the Joes, seeing what's going on, Clutch is ordered to step on the gas and get them out of there. The Springfield band pulls out their hidden weapons and chases after the Mobat. The Mobat's stuck in traffic and realizes that there's a jamming. Signals are being jammed for all their communications, so they can't get the word out. So they pull the Mobat onto the sidewalk and use the speaker system to tell everyone to clear a path. The marching band loses sight of the Mobat and contacts Cobra Commander over the radio, and he orders them to get the tank and terminate anyone that gets in their way. The Joes and the Mobat notice that the Cobra radio operator was talking to Cobra Commander and is on a short-range radio, so the Commander must be close by. So they come out of their hiding spot and begin to put a plan into action. And then we have the brass back at the parade getting impatient with General Flagg, as they were told that there were going to be tanks in this parade, and they haven't seen anything yet. And Cobra sensors have tracked the tank and found that it is sitting in the middle of Central Park. The sensor location takes them to the middle of a pond. The Cobra troopers are confused until the Mobat pulls out of the water and surprises them all. Cobra Commander angrily yells at his troops to fight the Mobat as it doesn't have any ammunition. But the cannon on the Mobat fires with a big boom. Steeler tells them it was just a warning shot. The Cobra troopers drop their weapons and get into a single file line. The general's growing even more impatient. They really want to see these dang tanks in this parade. And the Mobat turns the corner covered in mud, and they are upset with his appearance, confused as to why a marching band is in custody in front of it as well. The tank sensors begin to pick up heavy electronic activity at the viewing stand. Clutch turns the tank and heads straight for the viewing stand. The generals begin evacuating as Flag stands his ground and draws his weapon. Cobra Commander sees the tank coming at them and begins to get out of dodge, while Flag is yelling to Clutch to stop the tank. Crashes through the viewing stand and gets stuck. Cobra Troopers bail out, heading for the safe house, and Flag sees them. Kind of an unfortunate coloring error here, where the Cobra radio techs are painted or colored in green, so it kind of looks like green shirts. Kind of a bummer, but that's all right. We know what's going on. Flag finds Cobra Commander, but Cobra Commander finds a Girl Scout troop to use as a human shield. And General Flag and Cobra Commander squaring off, and Cobra Commander shoots General Flag in the head. Thankfully, it just grazed his temple. We were told that Flag could have shot Cobra Commander, but he didn't risk it with the Girl Scouts because they are the good guys. Back at the pit, as they're patching up General Flag, the Joes kind of let him in on how they got through this ruse and got the Cobra Troopers to fall in line by using Breaker's bubblegum and the amplified microphone system in the tank. Pretty clever. And that is the end of issue 5. This story was less of a serious threat and kind of a goofy setting taking place around a parade, but was a good way to feature the MOBAT and really highlight the tech that the G.I. Joe team get to use. My favorite panel in this book was here, Cobra Commander using the Girl Scout troop as a human shield, really highlighting again how evil he is and his lack of morals and just looking out for himself above all else. You know, little girls don't even matter. This isn't one of my favorite Joe stories, but it gets the job done, again highlighting the MOBAT more than anything else. And for what it's attempting to achieve, I think it did a good job. I'm going to give it 3 flag points. And that is issue 5, knowing is half the battle, and now you know. Subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video where we dive into issue 6.
You've been watching a Real American Brian production in association with the letters G, I, and JOE.